welcome to today's vlog, a pregnant vlog. We're going to be sharing a week in my life, a few days in my life, we'll see. And I am officially pregnant. Y'all know now that I am pregnant. I'm expecting. I am 14 weeks along. And actually, it's already been a really busy day. It's like 11:30. I have a ponytail on my hand, by the way, in case you were wondering. Anyways, we got up actually a little late. Mr. Baby woke up around 7, which was really nice. And then we just went right over to spend some time with family. We all went swimming. It is officially summertime, and we are taking full advantage. So that was awesome. Mr. Baby played. All the other kids were playing with him and played with each other, and he fell asleep in the car on the way back. So he's asleep. I am gonna go ahead and make myself a salad. That's kind of what I'm in the mood for. And then I wanna do some chores. I wanna take advantage of some of this time and clean out the car, wash some makeup brushes, and then do my favorite thing of taking a nap. Because I still take, like, right now, an hour nap. The first trimester, it was like 2 hours, but now it's an hour. So let's see what we can get up to. Okay, so here is a video of my typical salad. It has romaine lettuce, garbanzo beans, tomatoes, hearts of palm, avocado, and then we have some olive oil here, olive oil cooking spray, seasoned rice wine vinegar, and garlic powder and salt. And sometimes I throw in corn, sometimes I throw in baby corn, sometimes I throw some different things in. But this is kind of like a standard salad, so I just need to go ahead and mix it. But the avocado really makes it super creamy and delicious. Okay, all of my makeup brushes are clean. I actually also just decluttered some of them. Like, I have a lot of makeup brushes, so I really didn't need as many as I had. But I wanted to just show you what I use. I use this makeup brush cleaner from Cinema Secrets. This is literally all I use, and it's so fast, it's so easy. I don't have to wash it under the sink with soap and then try and get the soap out and then let it dry for forever. This is what I use. My brushes come out perfect every single time, so fast, and it takes like 2 seconds. So, yeah. So this day took a total turn from what it was like supposed to be. I was going to take Mr. Baby with me to get a haircut, and then I was going to go to do a couple of returns and go to the library, and we were gonna play. And while we were at the hair salon for him, we like left, we're going to the car, and I see my sister. She's there with her kids, and they're about to go painting. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need to do any of that other stuff. Let's just hang out. Let's spend time together, and that's what we did. So I spent the whole afternoon with my nieces and nephews, and with my sister, and with Mr. Baby, and we had an awesome time. But it also means my house is a mess, and I'm hosting book club tonight, my community book club. So I gotta clean up. I gotta clean up, and I am like in the middle of bedtime routines. So we'll see. I think I got half an hour to clean. We'll make it work, right? We'll make it work. I did forget to mention, I think I broke my toe. Yeah, I stubbed my toe today as I was leaving for Mr. Baby's hair appointment, and didn't feel great. Pretty sure I broke it, and it doesn't feel great. So I know you can't really do anything about a broken toe. So does Mr. Baby. But so I'm taping it to the toe next to it, and we're just gonna let it be. Like, it's fine, right? It's fine. Well, hello. Welcome to Friday. It is Friday. We stopped at the library today. I have no makeup on. This is my natural hair. I really tried to style it yesterday, and it just didn't hold. So, is what it is. But it has been a really nice day. So I started off with my mom coming over, and we cooked all of the food for Shabbat, for Sabbath. We made a delicious meal because we're hosting 2 families, and I hear Mr. Baby coming around the bend here. He hears me talking to the camera, and he's like, I gotta be part of this. And so I made a Fruity Pebbles cake mix, and I made challah, and I made vegetable soup, and rice, noodles, meat sauce, and chicken stir fry. So I can link some of the recipes down below, but it's all looking real good. I'm very excited about it. And the truth is, when you cook for Shabbos, for Shabbat, you have to cook something that you're going to enjoy eating for a full day and a half, because you eat it for dinner and then you eat it again for lunch, and then you probably are going to eat it again for dinner on Saturday, because Shabbat in the summer is very long. It starts at sunset and it ends an hour after sunset. So it starts almost around 8 and it ends almost around 9. So you have to make sure you're choosing foods that people will enjoy. So we had to make a ton of food. It was really nice. My mom came over to help, and normally she doesn't. Normally I cook myself. Sometimes she comes over to help a little bit, but this morning she really came over to help, and it made such a huge difference. She always says it makes everything go 4 times faster when you have a second pair of hands. Like, you would think it would take twice as fast, but it's 4 times as fast. And it's true. It went so much faster. And it meant that the rest of my day was just free and easy. So I cleaned the kitchen, I cleaned the house, I did some vacuuming. To be honest, I need to do some mopping, but probably not gonna get to that before Shabbat starts. So after we cooked and we got everything ready, Mr. Baby went down for a great nap, like a solid nap. It was awesome, and I was able to get some chores done. So I did some laundry and I cleaned up the kitchen and I vacuumed, and then I was able to fit in a nap because I was exhausted. And I'll tell you why. I host a book club for my community, and so a bunch of my friends came over last night, and it's so funny because we talk about the book for like a little bit, but mostly we just catch up. And it is awesome. We're all moms. We're all in a similar stage of life. And so we just get to hear from each other about what's going on and get advice. And just, it's so great. If you are looking for a way to make friends in your community, start a book club. Like, it makes such a big difference. And so I had people come over around 8:15, and people didn't leave until 11:30, which is really late for me at this stage of pregnancy. Like, I am just exhausted. And of course, I get up around 6:30 with Mr. Baby. So I was very tired. So it was great that Mr. Baby took a good nap today, because it meant I could take a good nap. And then we went to the library. So there is a library near us, but I like to explore all the libraries in the area. And so we've been to 2. Today was the 3rd, and it was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. There was just a ton of toys for Mr. Baby to play with, which was great. And there was coloring, and they just had so many things to do there, which was awesome for him and awesome for me. And I made a new friend. This is another way to make friends. If you are a stay-at-home mom, going to the library is a great place to meet other stay-at-home moms, because they bring their kids with them to the library. So it's just a great way to do it. And I met someone today, and Mr. Baby had made a new friend, which was great. And Mr. Baby's now playing in his water table, which we do like every single day, which is awesome because it gets him really tired and he loves it, and it gives me somewhat of a break. Hopefully I can do a little makeup thing. I want to get ready with you guys and just chat. And I've been doing my makeup in a super simple way. I kind of talked about that in my last video, but I've also been doing my makeup in a more fancy way on the days that I have extra time and I can experiment and just be creative. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. And I'm going to say this here so I remember. I want to do a gender reveal video for you all, and I want to do a 5-minute mom makeup, because I do my makeup in 5 minutes on some days, and it still comes out okay and makes me feel like put together and clean, but it doesn't take forever. So yeah, that is the plan. Hello and happy Monday. I was planning on recording yesterday, and then I wanted to just spend time with family, and same with today. You know, we have Sunday with family time, and then Monday is Juneteenth, so my husband Jacob had the day off, and I was like, you know what, I can't, maybe this is just me, but I can't justify like vlogging on a day that's a family day. Like, that's a hard one for me. So it happens to be that Mr. Baby's playing over there in his water area, and that Jacob's at the gym. So now is a good time for me to chat with the camera for a minute, although my arm's gonna get tired so fast. Let's see if I can. That'll work. So I'm wearing no makeup today. I'm not doing any of that, but I am having such a nice day, and yesterday was also so nice. Shabbos was also so nice. It's been a few days since I've vlogged, so yeah, little recap. Shabbat was wonderful. We had a few families over, and it was just lovely. It was just a lovely day. And then yesterday was so nice. It was Father's Day, And we actually went to the library again because we went on Friday and I fell in love with it. I'd never been to that library. So I said to Jacob, we gotta go. I really want you to see it. So I brought him, and Jacob had actually never really been to the library growing up. So he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I was like, I know, it's so cool. And Mr. Baby had the best time. So that was wonderful. And then when Mr. Baby took his nap, my dad very graciously offered to babysit so that we could actually go to Bye Bye Baby, because Bye Bye Baby is going out of business. Same with Bed, Bath & Beyond. And so we're having another baby. I needed some stuff because, okay, here's some updates. I had a bassinet that was very aesthetic. It was very aesthetic, but it was not as practical as I wanted it to be. And so I looked up different options and I came across the Halo bassinet, and I love that the side comes down. And I was so excited to find that they had at Bye Bye Baby that, and it was like 60% off because they're going out of business. So I got that. We got a bunch of other great things. You'll hear Mr. Baby in the back. And it was just, that was great. We knocked some things off our list. And then we came home. We all went to my father's for a swim party to celebrate Father's Day. And then after that, we came back to the house and did dinner with him, which was lovely. And in the evening, we started doing something new, which is the Warhammer RPG, Warhammer Fantasy RPG. So Jacob is a big fan of Warhammer, and we've done Dungeons and Dragons. We've done another one called Blades in the Dark. That's my personal favorite. Personally, I like Blades in the Dark the best. But he really wants to do this Warhammer one. So I'm currently reading it so that I can learn how to be the Dungeon Master. It's really the Game Master for Warhammer, but if you've played Dungeons and Dragons, it's called the Dungeon Master. Basically what that means is that you're the person who runs the game, which I love doing because I love getting to be all the characters. I love the creativity of it, which is really cool. But it's another system to learn. It's more characters to learn. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then we're going to do a little bit more of that today. We're probably going to try and run a couple of adventures, and maybe we'll go to the park. So that's the plan. Oh my gosh, there is the largest iguana over there. But yeah, so that is what's going on with that. And I probably won't vlog until tomorrow because like I was saying, I really enjoy vlogging, but it's really easier for me on work days, on just like a normal day, because I don't have to distract myself from being present with my family. And I don't know how other people do that. I really struggle with that, is like, how do I make this comfortable for everyone? And it's not just like other people tell me they don't want it, it's that I want to be present. So that's kind of my struggle with vlogging on my days off, which theoretically would be more fun to watch because that's like us going and doing things. But I don't know, it's just not my thing. So here, I want to give you guys a little peek into what I'm looking at right now. Also, maybe I'll show you this iguana if it doesn't run away. Hold on. It's actually Iguana Central today. This guy was actually in our fence right now. And if I pan over here, let's see. You can see that guy and the one right behind it. It's gonna be blurry, but it's a big fella. That guy's about the size of a dog. So that's gross. I'm not a big iguana fan. This one's a little smaller. Where is he? There he is. Yep, it's an iguana day. This is one of our water tables for anyone who is curious. Okay, so this is the fantasy roleplay book for Warhammer. So you can see, it's actually a beautiful book. It's got like amazing illustrations. It's really cool. Just a lot to learn, so. I am so pregnant that I sat down on the couch earlier and passed out. Like, passed out. I didn't plan it. I just sat down and passed out. So that's where I'm at. Mr. Baby's playing with a pot. Favorite toy. Absolute favorite toy. Top tier. And it's now raining because that's summer in Florida. Summer in Florida is it rains at least once a day. Jacob went in the pool for a little while I slept. And Mr. Baby finished his water play and had the best time ever. So now we're just gonna figure out what we want to do for the rest of the day. So I did end up making it on here to vlog a little bit. Not a lot, but a little today. So that's not terrible, right? Right? Good morning and happy Tuesday. I I really had the impulse to do that. Tuesday. It is it is the morning, and I don't normally have as much time as I'm about to take to get ready, but because I'm vlogging, I asked Jacob if he could watch Mr. Baby for a little bit so I could do my hair, which I don't often get that chance, and then maybe I'll just do some light makeup. But I wanted to do my hair today because it's clean and it's the best when I can style my hair the day after I wash it, because I wash my hair at night, so that I get the most longevity out of the style. That's how I feel. But I'm gonna see if I can do this fast. I got my hair done. I think I mentioned this in my last like sit down chat video that I needed to get a haircut, and I got my hair done and I'm really happy with it. I just asked them to give me like a straight across the bottom, because often I find that when I ask for layers, they do kind of like that shape or something similar. And for my hair, it just makes the ends look dead. And so doing this just kind of like flat chop really makes the ends of my hair look a lot healthier. So I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Today is just kind of like we're getting back in the swing of things after the long weekend. So we are going to be cleaning the house and doing the laundry. And we're also going to be working on my Substack newsletter. If you're not already subscribed, you should subscribe. We have a book club. I'm announcing our book club selection today. So I'm going to do that and have a weekly article, all that fun stuff. So that's happening, and that's going to be great. And then what else? I don't know. Grocery shopping, just like getting into the swing of things and getting my life back together. But it is funny because I have a question for you guys. When I'm traveling, so we are actually going to visit Jacob's parents for like 3 weeks. And I have to go grocery shopping because we don't have very many groceries. But it's so hard to go grocery shopping for food when you know you're gonna be like gone for that long, because you kind of have to only buy foods that you know aren't going to spoil or that you will go through in 1 week. So I'm like trying to figure that out. I don't know if you guys have any tips or tricks on that, so you have to share. It's been interesting vlogging again. First of all, I enjoy the weekly vlog or like a multiple day vlog as opposed to one day. One day in my life, that is so stressful, because to be honest, it's very rare that I'm gonna record everything in my day. Like when I look at the people who vlog their lives, I don't really know how they do it because I'm just too busy living it. That sounds like judgy, and I don't mean it that way. It's hard for me because I want to be somebody who vlogs, but I'm too busy like living it to sit down and like figure out the right angle for the camera, you know? So I feel like I end up not vlogging very much. But to be honest, and I'm curious about this too, so you can leave your answer in the comments. What kind of vlogs do you like to watch? Because I've watched a good number of vlogs for inspiration, but also just because I like watching some of them. And there are people who do like very aesthetic vlogs where it's like a lot of beautiful shots and you're seeing a lot of cool things. And then there are the people who do vlogs that are just like more chatty, where they're really just talking throughout their day and they sit down and kind of like get you to join in. I find that that's the kind of vlog I prefer to watch. Like I want to see somebody talking, because the truth is I very rarely just sit and watch a vlog. I'll usually have it on while I'm doing chores. So I want to be able to listen. And if there's a lot of like aesthetic content that's just pretty to look at, I'm not looking, so I'm not seeing it. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, this is nice music, but I don't really know what's happening on the screen. I prefer to see and hear people just talk. That's just generally the content I like to watch. I like to watch people be chatty. Like I like to have people share their lives. I want to know what you guys feel though. Like what's your preference? So because of that, those are the kind of vlogs that I make, are the ones where it's like I'm going to talk to you guys and kind of like pop in throughout my day. And so this past weekend, I kind of mentioned this yesterday, I think, I was with my family all weekend. I wasn't really gonna pull out my phone or my camera and be like, okay, everybody pause, I gotta sit down and record. Especially because, and this is really the big thing, and I've talked about this a little bit before, but I don't share my son on camera. So that means that I'm often like trying to avoid showing his face, showing what he's doing. And then on top of that, I also like have a certain level of privacy about just where I go and where I live. Like, I don't feel like everyone needs to know where I'm at. And so I don't really want to show exactly the locations I'm at most of the time. I can show like Target because everyone has a Target, although I'm not shopping at Target at the moment. But let's say that's just like an example. Or I will show like a Costco, but I'm not going to show more local things. It's just a tricky thing. I mean, if you're not as private as I am, maybe you're different than I am, you know. Pregnant water break. P.S. Couple things. Takea, this brand, I just love their water bottles. They keep my water cold for forever. I don't understand the whole Stanley thing. I don't get it. I know everybody's obsessed with it. And, you know, if you enjoy it, go for it. But my issue is I don't need something that doesn't close. Like, I need something that I can throw in my bag or throw in my purse or whatever, and it can just, like, slosh around. The fact that a Stanley cup is open at all times would never work for me ever. Like, I cannot imagine that being something I would be able to work with. So that's not a thing for me. But number two is, it's so funny because when I'm not pregnant, I'm like, oh, I have to drink, like I have to remind myself to drink water, and I have to like do that because often I'm just like, I'm not really thirsty and I know I should, but I don't want to. When I am pregnant, I am so thirsty that like I drink 12 of those a day without even trying. Like, it's silly stuff. It's silly stuff is all I have to say. So I normally don't use this big of a barrel for a curling iron because my curls fall out, but kind of at this stage where like I feel like a bigger barrel is faster to curl. So if my waves if they like fall out and just look very like loose waves by the third day, I'm okay with it. But our weekend was so nice. I kind of gave you guys a recap. We ended up doing the RPG last night, the role-playing game for Warhammer. And it was fun, but first of all, do any of you guys play role-playing games? Do any of you guys do D&D or do like the other ones I mentioned, Blades in the Dark, whatever? Let me know, because I personally love an RPG. I love those kinds of games because I love fantasy. I love telling stories. I want to write a book, guys. I really want to write a book. But it's just so fun. So I'm curious if anyone else plays them. But we just had a really fun time. But the issue was, so I ran the whole game and I was very proud of myself. Of course, Jacob like helped with the roles and stuff because I'm not as clear on that. But we played this scenario and, you know, it was annoying because it was almost like you were supposed to avoid the climax of the scenario because in Warhammer you die super easily, and so you're kind of meant to not get yourself into foolhardy positions. And like the whole thing was a foolhardy position if you played your cards wrong. So why would you get involved in something that is that dangerous? Because your character is just like for sure gonna die. So you end up missing out on like the big reveal of everything because why would you seek it out? And so I said to Jacob after we played it, I was like, okay, but now I need to read you the whole story and like what was going on that you missed because it was so weird. And he listened and he was like, yeah, I guess that is confusing. Like, why did they set it up that way? So that was a little bit funny. In the scheme of things, like in normal life, I'm at 12 minutes, okay? Probably gonna take me 15 to finish my whole head. That's not very long to do your hair, but I feel like 15 minutes in the morning when you have a toddler is a really long time. So it's kind of difficult to justify this whole process. But at the same time, it's like, you do 15 minutes and then it lasts for 3 days and you don't have to do anything for your hair. I mean, some people will touch up their hair, but like, I'm not doing that. So I don't know. It's really hard. Staying like put together as a mom can be tricky. Like, I haven't gotten a manicure or a pedicure in a really long time because I just generally don't. I usually get a pedicure once a month, and then I never get my nails done because I just hate the process of it chipping off, and I hate the process of having to go in to get it removed because, let's be honest, I'm not gonna get a normal manicure. It has to be a gel manicure. My nail polish will come off or get messed up within the first 5 minutes of me having it done, unless it's gels. I mean, I know people do dips. I don't care for dips. I have no interest. Yeah, just not interested. So I am happy to get gels, but it's annoying to get them removed. It takes a long time. It takes a long time to get them done. And then it makes my nails weaker. So I just like don't have my nails done, and I'm okay with it. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. My nails just need to look clean and nice. I still stand by that. I'm like happy to have perfectly clean nails. I will go to speeches with perfectly clean nails and they will not be fancy or red or anything like that. I'm like, that is enough. That is all I need. And when I really want to spoil myself, okay, fine, I'll go to like the nail salon, or I'll do my nails at home maybe, but not so much anymore. So Mr. Baby is like officially sleeping through the night. I mean, that's been for a long time, but I feel like I've just noticed in the last few months, maybe because his molars popped out, because when he was getting those molars in, he was not sleeping as well. I've just noticed that he's like really sleeping so good, and I'm so proud of him. We adjusted his bedtime. It was at 8 to 7:30, and that made a huge difference. So if you've been wondering whether or not to do the same, it worked for us. And it was so nice. This morning was so cute. He was just playing in his crib. I like checked at 6:55 because that's really late for him. Usually he wakes up around 6:30. And so I looked at the monitor at like 6:55 and I was like, okay. And I was just curious because he wasn't making any noise, and I looked at it and he was just like in there playing just quietly. It was so cute. So I went in and we had a very nice morning. Okay, so my hair done. It took exactly 15 minutes really. It looks really nice. I'm not gonna pull it out yet, like go through it with my fingers, because that will loosen the curls while they're still warm. They need to set. So we're just gonna tuck them behind the ears, and we're gonna try and do this makeup in 10 minutes. So this is not my fastest, easiest makeup. This is my a little bit nicer, fancier makeup, but it's still 10 minutes. My fastest makeup is 5 minutes. This takes me about 10. So I always start with my sunscreen. So I use the Bare Republic mineral sunscreen. I only use mineral sunscreens, not just when I'm pregnant, although I do think it's important to do it when you're pregnant, but I'm not a fan of all of the chemicals and stuff that are in normal sunscreens. So mineral sunscreen it is. And this one has just like it almost has like a powdery finish. So I like putting it under foundation. I find it doesn't mess up with it too much. And then we're going to take the Revlon Illuminance Revlon Illuminance foundation. And I'm just going to buff this onto my whole face. So I've definitely become less of a makeup person. Like, I would say 3-4 days out of the week I don't wear makeup at all, which is a lot for me, especially because I don't have perfect skin. So the fact that I've gotten to a place where I'm pretty comfortable with my skin as it is, I'm very proud of myself. So that's really nice. By the way, if you noticed, I have like a red thing under my eye. It's because Mr. Baby stabbed me in the face last night with a fork. It wasn't his fault. It was a mistake, but it was not. I was really scared initially. I thought he had maybe gotten me in the eye, like actually in the eye. So just having a little mark under my eye, that was doable. I could work with that. We're just kind of blending this all in. So I've been using this True Skin Catrice Concealer. I got it on Amazon. And I'm just gonna pop that on here. And blend it in. I wonder how many of you guys actually like makeup. When I first started my channel, it was a lot more makeup focused because I loved makeup, and I still do. I still really like it. But I find that a lot of women who follow me, I don't think they actually like makeup as much as I do, which is kind of funny. But I think that putting on a little bit of makeup is really nice. Just a nice way to feel clean and feminine and put together. Okay, my camera cut me off. I think it might cut me off again, but we're gonna try and do this fast. So I'm using a cream bronzer from Makeup Revolution. I'm just gonna tap it here. It looks scarier than it is, but I'm just gonna put a little bit on my nose and all these fun places and then just blend it out. It's so nice to like start the day and have a few minutes to get ready. I don't always have it, but more recently we've been building it into the schedule, and it's just makes a really big difference. Because often I just get up and immediately go, and then I have to just rush to get ready, and this is just a lot nicer. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of cream blush and go on my cheeks with that too. And I'm going to set this all down. Okay, and now the last three things, since I'm skipping eyeshadow today, I'm gonna put on some eyebrow gel and some lipstick and some mascara. P.S. If you were wondering, I'm actually in my guest bathroom because our bathroom is totally unrenovated, does not have good lighting, just not pretty and good to film in. This bathroom was renovated when we moved in, so that's nice. I mean, there's still things we'd like to do to it to make it a little bit more our style, but it's nice enough to film in, so. And that's the finished look. That's the whole makeup thing. My hair's done, my makeup's done. I think I might end this vlog here, just because, you know, we'll start another vlog and then we'll see where we're at then. But I'm officially 15 weeks pregnant today. This baby is growing well, and that's awesome. And, you know, we're so excited because I'm actually getting another ultrasound this Friday, just because I'm with a new doctor. I can tell you that story later because that's been crazy talk, but I'm at a new doctor that I really like. And so I have to go and get another ultrasound. I've had like 100 ultrasounds this pregnancy. It's crazy, but I'm feeling a lot better. Still tired, like I still have to nap because I think I'm still coming out of that first trimester fog, but I'm feeling physically a lot better. Don't feel sick all the time. Still have a sour taste in my mouth, but that's not too bad. And I'm just getting excited. We went to Bye Bye Baby, like I mentioned, and we started kind of buying some things, and now I'm nesting mode. I like want to throw out everything in my house, so maybe that's something I'll share with you guys, is the whole decluttering process. But that's where I'm going to end it today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to see you in future videos. Drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!